very good morning, viewers. You're watching NewsX and I'm Kriti Mehta. Let's tell you once again, there are 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck Venezuela on Wednesday evening. Buildings began to crumble, power started to flicker, and before people could make sense of what was happening and run for cover, another powerful earthquake of 7.5 magnitude hit the capital Caracas. 39 seconds apart, two earthquakes sowed panic in Caracas. The Simon Bolivar International Airport in Venezuela was filled with smoke after a roof crumbled. Severe disruptions and damage has now been reported at Simon Bolivar International Airport there in Venezuela following the 7.5 magnitude earthquake. I'm in fact now joined in by Venezuelan journalist and lawyer Jennifer Barreto Levia. Jennifer, thank you very much for joining us. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, I'll come to Jennifer in a while, viewers. For now, let's show you these visuals that are coming in from Venezuela. A strong quake, of course, in Venezuela, first of 7.2 magnitude and then of 7.5 magnitude struck the country. You can see the damage that has been caused. It is a high magnitude earthquake that we've seen, and in fact two of those back to back in Venezuela. Remember, one earthquake has also struck the coast of Iwate in Japan, in northeast Japan, and that also was a 6.9 magnitude earthquake. As far as Venezuela is concerned, you can see 8 million plus people have been affected as per the USGS. Jennifer is now joining us in this discussion. Jennifer, thank you very much for speaking to us, and do tell us the current situation in Caracas. What is it like? How much damage has been caused because of these back-to-back earthquakes?
Thank you for having me. This is just horrible. It looks like a movie. Looks like one of these Hollywood movies. It looks surreal. Dead people, people homeless. There is a lot of dogs and cats and all kind of pets that are running all over the place, scared. The country does not have resources to take care of this or any other emergency. The Venezuelan regime has still every resource we had. Right now, we have no hospitals. We have nothing to take care of anything that is going on right now. The state of La Guaira is absolutely destroyed. The airport, no one can enter or leave the country. There is pretty much non-presence of any politicians out there. One of the only politicians that I've seen so far is the mayor of my county, Gustavo Duque, which has been a trooper taking care of people. They are actually rehabilitating the public squares in order to people live there. There is a lot of chaos going on, and we are terrified because the experts have warned that this earthquake can be repeat and not so strong, but can have a repetition during the night. So the suggestion was to sleep with all clothes and shoes and everything, and in a little bag with our emergency kits, and so we can be prepared. But this is horrific. We feel abandoned. We feel like orphans. Thank goodness I just read President Trump has gave the instruction to his team to help us, and also President Bukele, which has been very generous in offering help for us. But we have no resources whatsoever to take care of this or any other emergency.
Right, Jennifer, it's a tragic situation that you're telling us about. Nowhere to go to, no one to approach, but we're told that even you have suffered some personal losses because of these quakes. Tell us about that, and what kind of damages have other people around you reported?
Well, I'm lucky to be alive. My parents are alive as well as my pet. But we have lost everything, and yet we are very lucky because near of us are buildings that are all destroyed. There are pipes of water broken, and I mean, there is chaos all over the place. I'm sorry if you hear some noise in the background because there are ambulance and police officers and all sort of tools that we have in my county helping us. But this is only local because in a wide nation, there's absolutely nothing. Red Cross and firemen are working with their hands. They have no resources, and yet we're still lucky because it was really deep, and it could be 10 times worse than already is.
Jennifer, tell me about the announcements that have been made by the government in your country. What has Desi Rodriguez said in the aftermath of the quake? And what is the acting government doing after this?
Well, it was pretty lame, to say the least. She just declared a national emergency. Yet they have no records, they have no numbers, they never said that we're going to do this or that. They just said that there is no classes in school, that everybody should be careful, but besides that, absolutely nothing. They have no tools or resources to intervene on any situation like this. And it was pretty lame that CNN, for instance, has news like, oh, well, she acknowledged that we have dead people and hurt people. This is an emergency, and some of the sources says there are 10,000 people dead. This is a major tragedy. We never seen anything like this in my country, and there is a common feeling with all of us that we are very upset because there's no way a country that used to be rich like Venezuela have zero resources to take care of situations like this.
Yes. And Jennifer, when it came to oil, Donald Trump was quick to come over and take over the country's resources when there's a state of emergency now because of two back-to-back earthquakes and natural disaster. Any help that you can expect from the United States?
Absolutely. We are under this special situation where United States is taking care of our resources, the resources that are coming into the country. And I was actually hopeful that United States says here we are here to help you. And we were really mortified because back in 1999 we had a tragedy in the state of La Guaira, and Hugo Chavez refused to take any help of United States because he said Americans are evil and we cannot afford to take anything from them. And so far we still have missing people up to this day. So we are all helpful. This administration understand we are under a very serious momentum and take the help the President Bukele and President Trump are offering to our country. We're hoping this horrible example they settled back in 1999 doesn't repeat all over again.
Absolutely. Jennifer, even if rescue operations begin now, how long in your assessment are they going to take for things to be back to restore to normalcy? And do you think that's ever going to happen now that you're saying there are no resources in your country and no people to go to for help?
Absolutely. This can take months, being really hopeful and positive. One of the things the past regime, Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro, has in common, they never had they never invest any money on our runways and in anything of the resources we had in the country and roadways, etc. So the country is pretty much like an empty shell. And this earthquake, what has done is break this little shell. So the country is destroyed from every single aspect you can ask and you can watch. So this can take months, and I'm helpful again if United States intervene on this. This can be a little bit quicker and faster than I'm hoping.
Right. Jennifer, finally, do also tell me if any help is coming from the neighboring countries to you, Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, all other countries, any help coming in from there?
Peru has said early in the afternoon that they feel sorry for our tragedy. President Bukele has offered some help, and other than President Bukele and President Trump, no one has offered anything. And actually, pretty much no country has offered any sympathy towards this tragedy we're living in Venezuela.
All right. Any word of appeal, Jennifer, that you would like to give? Your live on our channel here in India.
Again, I'm grateful and honored that I can contribute here in NewsX, and also just pray for my country. We are in a horrific situation, and this is a very a great example for the rest of the world to understand that socialism and communism doesn't work, and we need to be wiser when we pick our politicians, because this is what happens when they steal every resources of the country. Look at in us like a mirror, and see what can happen if you choose the wrong way, your politicians and the politics you believe in. Thank you so much.
Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us and for speaking to us. And with that, viewers, let's take some breaking news.